Sup, my name is Rudy for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, and this is a card discussion called Coffee Time, which we do every Monday. Why are these three cards in front of me? Two of them are relevant for today's topic, Synchros or Exceeds. The other one I'm just mentioning for Friday. The structured deck's coming out Friday, and it will be double upload week, which means a deck every day. So you know what Friday's deck will be? It'll be Blue Eyes. Because I know some of you really want to play the Blue Eyes deck. So I will be bringing you a consistent Blue Eyes deck to run. So let's get on with the coffee time discussion. Synchros or Exceeds, they both have their minuses and pluses. Something like a rank 7 normally should be hard to get, but because of an archetype, I guess you can call it an archetype, called Dragon Ruler, it allows you to bring them out faster. Or either that or just players found stuff that is just stupid to use. Synchros, at a time that we thought every synchro should be banned, they're not as powerful as they once were, but they still pack a punch. Synchros like Crimson Blader, Angel Azira, Stardust Dragon, the Umanga Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, a lot of dragons there, Trishulia, Bryonac's not a dragon, all made their ways in impact to the game. There's also, we cannot forget Goyo Guardian, who's a synchro, who's not a dragon, he's a warrior. Synchro Exceeds like Blackhorn, Cowboy, a lot of rank 4s there. M7, they got some Emerald level, little chain. Big Eye, Dragosack, trying to get all different ranks in there. Have all made their appearances, one or another, to be an impact to the game, like Synchros were. Oh, Exceeds are going to be balanced. Oh, we were so wrong. But the question that still is on a lot of duelists' mind, what do I use in my extra deck? Do I just use Exceeds or do I just use Synchros? What do I do? The question and the answer is dependent on your deck. You use both if you can. But it can also hinder you because of the fact that you're using tuners. But unlike the Blue Eyes deck, allows you to, and that's why I'm making mention now, allows you to have Synchros and Exceeds in the same extra deck because of what it allows you to do. It's amazing. And let's not forget Star Eater, who's a dragon, but has one of the dumbest TCG names ever. But like I said, it's a dumb name. But it allows you to do a lot of stupid things. So the question is, which is more powerful? Is it the quick summoning Exceeds, the rank 3s, the rank 4s, the rank 2s, the rank 1s? Or is it the Synchros that are level 8, level 7, level 4, level 5? It all depends on the card. It all depends on the person running said deck. Something like Mermels can run both, which now I think they're only mainly usually using Exceeds right now because they lost their tuners. But this is a Synchro Exceed format. Don't believe me? Look at Dragon River Plants. Look at Blackwings. Look at Dragoonides. These were decks that topped YCS Toronto. It's a good showing. But as the format still develops, you can see more changes on and on. If you guys are wondering what this is, if you don't know, this is Angel Azira, comes out of the Judgment of Light booster packs, the Secret Room. Not everyone knows every single card, so hence why I mentioned it. Alright, so let me just say this much here. Synchros are usually harder to summon because they require 2 different levels and one has to be a tuner. Sometimes it's not fully the case, but 99% of the time it is. Only X-Saber Gothams, the big one, the level 9 one, is able to just use tuners. It doesn't matter for him. But something like Blackhorn is a lot easier to summon. Oh, 2 level 4s, it's great. Done. But sometimes it's easier to use Synchros, you may say. Malicious plus Krebons because Destiny draws at 3 in TCG. In OCG, it's not that easy because we don't have Malicious at 3. We still have Shadows. We don't have Malicious at 3. Look at, I'm getting into that 2 worlds instead of 1 kind of thing. Then you have cards that are Synchros like Quasar, which is really hard to summon, but can pretty much win you the game. Star Eater can steal a game, can change the game around. No Gores for you today. Keep Con, drop Gores? Nope. Star Eater. Armadides, Quasar, no Gores for you today. But then there's also Exceeds that kind of give you the same same power level, I guess you would. Cowboy can steal games by burning that last 800 that you just couldn't inflict on your opponent, but you use 2 level 4s on the field. And it's really easy to have in your extra deck. Something like Black Coin that can get over something that's in your way on your 2100 attack. But then you also have stuff like Crimson Blade. Let's go back to Synchros real quick. That are super duper powerful that shut down your opponent. Ophion is an equivalent to that, but you have to run Evil Swarm to do it. So my question is to you guys watching right now in the comments, what do you prefer, Xyzs or Synchros? To me, I don't prefer either. If the deck allows me to run Synchros, I'm going to run Synchros. If it allows me to run Xyzs, I'm going to run Xyzs. If I can run both, I'm going to run both. And you're going to see that later today in Go Zombies, where I'm only running like 3 Xyzs. But then you're probably going to ask, well, what happened to fusions? Where are those? They kind of went out the window because they're hard summoning requirements. Unless you're playing Elemental Heroes, which are incredibly hard as hell to play in the TCG right now, then fusions are out the gate. But back to powerful Xyzs, because I mentioned Synchros being like crazy. We have this godly thing called Gustav Max, and for those of you who've had the experience of dueling my Chaos Dragons, you well as hell know I love dropping that thing, stealing games away. You got 2,000 left? That's fine. Burn. But then there's also funny Xyzs, which you're going to see like this entire week. And when I say that, I'm talking about Friday. Again, going back to the Blue Eyes deck. Something like Thunder End Dragon. Remember, I mentioned that quite a few times? How you can have 2 vanillas and use them. How you can have a Gemini like Dark Storm and use them. You can go to a Thunder End, which is like a Judgment Dragon. I personally have not seen a Synchro that can do that much damage, blowing up the entire board except the back row. Played the creep. Done deal. There goes your monster lineup. Oh, Effect Veiler is a thing, yeah. That's also something to remember. If you're running Xyzs and you're using Effect Veiler, there's your tuner right there. Your deck is able to use Synchros if you allow it. Not everyone can get away with it. It's not always the most consistent thing, but having that option opens a whole new gateway to something that you shouldn't forget about. Something that isn't from yesterday, something that's from today, which is Synchros. But let's not forget Xyzs because they're being promoted by Zexal. You know what? F-bomb Zexal. I don't like the anime. I'm kidding. I really don't like the anime though, but I'm not saying F-bomb Zexal. What I'm trying to say is, never forget the old archetypes. Never forget the older cards. Synchros are older, but we're getting a lot new ones. We're getting Angel Zero, who basically, if Orient Dragon ever was to see play, just poops on them. And if a banished deck ever was to rise, this card's amazing. Hell, I kind of wish I had it in OCG, because it would be amazing. But we don't have it in OCG. But we have it in TCG, which is pointless. We have stuff like Armadades, which is extremely powerful. And I have a book in front of me, kind of like a little cheat sheet, just in case I forget stuff. But then you also have to remember, sometimes it's not that easy going to Synchros. The most popular Synchro right now is level 8, level 6. Why level 6? Why do I mention level 6? Because of Black Wings. Vulcan will be released shortly from Show and Jump Alpha. The time to subscribe is over for him, so obviously we're getting closer. You can use it in Black Wings like a Bryonac. Some sort of Bryonac. Very underpowered Bryonac, but still a Bryonac. Let's talk about Xyzs that are coming out that maybe will have that same potential. There's really not any that caught my attention, to be honest with you. It's just a lot of older ones getting more powerful because Zexal seems to come to a close. So that also leaves a question why we're talking about Synchros or Xyzs, and we mentioned fusions. What the hell would be next? That is something that I kind of want to see, and I kind of don't. The reason I kind of don't, stuff like Dragosack and Big Eye, because those cards seem to balance because they're rank 7. Then you get decks that spit them out like it's nothing. But keep this in mind. Never forget about Synchros, because you will get pooped on them. Never forget about Xyzs when the time comes that we go to the inevitable next thing that this card game gives us. Every card game has it. Never forget it. Because they were still overpowered to an extent. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe. I will see you next video.